lived together different times. And if you're thinking that's weird or a little too much, shut up, you're wrong. Our friendship is rare and beautiful. It's like a damn snowflake. It's like a Picasso. It's like a Brazilian beach volleyball player. It's beautiful. And when I try to think about why we're such good friends, we have so many things in common. We're loyal, we're fun, we're hardworking, we're good looking, we're humble. We have a lot of differences. And we're different, and we complement each other. Like, great stuff. I'm kind of sensitive. Greg's really organized. I lost this tie on Thursday, and Greg found it. Greg's incredible at sports, he's an amazing athlete, but I like to draw and paint. I sing like a bird. Greg's good with his money and his finances. I don't know how much I have. And I try to dress like Leo from The Great Gatsby, and Greg dresses like Rodney Dangerfield from Caddyshack. But he pulls it off, and I admire that, because I always say, you gotta like yourself first. So I was trying to think of what duo are Greg and I like, and I think it works best in terms of timing. When we were growing up, we were dumb. Be like, hey man, you think we can knock down that beehive with a football? Let's try. What's the worst that can happen? How fast can a bee be? 30 seconds later, we learned pretty fast. So we were dumb. We were Harry and Lloyd, dumb and dumber. In high school, we experimented with drinking, we experimented with girls, and we experimented with new terrible summer jobs. We were Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton from The Surreal Life. That's a perfectly topical Surreal Life reference at a wedding in 2016. No one said I couldn't do it, but I did. And then, since then, we've been like our favorite two video game characters from Sega Genesis, Toad, Jam, and Earl. No crap. Just two weird guys, two buds, wandering around a crazy world, trying to put together the pieces to get to the different levels. And by levels, I mean college, our careers, marriage, and whatever is to come next. And we do it together. Well, what's also really cool is, I go way back with Jenny, Twist. I've known Jenny for a really long time, since we were like 5th grade. And I remember the very first time I ever hung out with Jenny, and I'm sorry for this, but we were playing soccer in her backyard, and her dog at the time crashed into the trampoline. And Big Mouth me goes, hey Jenny, was your dog blind? And she confirmed that the dog was blind. And I felt so bad, but looking back, I'm like, man, what was that dog doing outside? Did that dog know it was outside? Someone should have got that dog a seeing eye dog. Or at least like a dollar helmet or something. And despite that rocky start, and despite the 3 lines I just said in the speech, Jenny and I have been friends all these years. And that's pretty cool. But this is really cool for Jenny, right? I mean, she played D1 soccer, Greg played D3. That's 2 divisions more. And Jenny's a doctor, Greg's a surety underwriter. That's 11 more letters. Of course, I'm only kidding, and I think we can agree that Greg and Jenny are meant to be as one. So, I have to tell you guys something. I'm sorry to do this at your wedding, but in terms of like guys meant to be as one, I have to tell you, when we first started calling you Jeggy, we were making fun of you. It's not exactly a celebrity nickname. I'll try to break it down for you. A few years ago, we were at the beach, and there's plenty of beach chairs. And Greg and Jenny, they share one chair. And I think you can chalk that up to love. But a little later that afternoon, lunchtime rolls around, and these two share one hot dog. And I'm no doctor, but that must mean that they share a stomach. They're the same person with 2 different bodies. That's the only thing I can think of. I've always said 2 things about Greg. Only 2 things. He is insanely good at everything. Obnoxiously good at everything. And he's the luckiest guy in the world. Insanely lucky, insanely good at everything. And what better combo of those 2 things than having married Jenny today? Greg? It's been a while, right? Sure. Greg having married Jenny was the most obnoxiously good decision you've ever made. And you've once again proven that you're a very lucky guy. I love you both, and thank you for letting me be a part of your day. And that's really all I had to say, but I have something else to say. I'm not particularly good at piano, but I just chords don't judge the piano part, judge the words. Hey everyone, this is my roommate Zach. He's heard me sing this 550 times in the last month, so thank you, Zach. You're gonna be great. Jen, they were in the 5th grade. She heard of him because he played sports great. And he said, yes, I kick the best and hardest. She said, I'm like the best girl soccer player in our grade. And then they scored at recess. You raise your phone up to your ear so often. You play the same song over and over again. Your shirt is off more than your shirt is on. And that's okay, I still think you're the man. You went off to school, some distance grew between you. No longer knew if your fairy tale would come true. But you moved back home and the sparks began to kindle. Which reminds me, the ladies come to you. You'll raise a kid who's really good at long games. It'll be borderline weird how much he wants to win. When he turns 10, please ship him off to England. He's got great knees, I already feel bad for him. Just a few years later, you just got married. I wasn't sure you'd date her. I thought that you loved Buckingham more than you loved Jenny. If you had married a man, that man better have been me. 'Cause you raised me up since we were 5 years old, man. Everything I've ever done, you've been right there by my side. We've got different moms, but you've always been my brother. Wherever your life goes, no, I'm along for the ride. Even though all the guys agree. You raise your voice.